October 23rd. Also, Comcast in every building was royal blue, lit up in royal blue last night, so I'm wondering what that's about. Something blue is going on. Usually that means police or police connections. So, feeling too good. So, someone said, oh, we can't wait for her, she's not good enough. The police are so low that I would outdo them in a second, so we'll see with that. They brought out the royal blues, and guess what? You don't kind of want that. You'll usually look really bad. You might get fat. It's the lowest form of intel you can get. Which way am I going? Biden's? He won't give it to me. Hey, Master, General, whatever, something. Major. Doggy VIP. What if you were called a dog and you get to be VIP? Isn't that neat? Now, in what world? What if you were someone's dog and you get VIP service? Is that a Venmo? That's supposed to, or a whatever you call Waymo? Who was a Waymo car for 40, 50 years or 60? Who was driving the Waymo cars so they can get way more money? Everybody needs a little time away. I heard you say from each other. So I was called a dog several times. Do I get VIP treatment? I'm thinking of a song by Coldplay. The hardest part was letting go. And the hardest part was letting go. Not taking part of the worst show on earth. So there is a car in there. I'm not sure if it's really Waymo. It looks close to Waymo, but this would be Pico, the Pico building, which is the electric building. I am kind of wondering when Waymo is going to roll out. They've been programming the cars. Philly signed on for the Waymo car thing. I have yet to see the cars in use. You know, I'm sure they're expensive. The video for Coldplay is kind of funny. It's like a 1980s talk show, and they're outside, and there's a dance team, and there's a gay guy whipping around Barbara, the dancer, in front of the Island Princess cruise ship. The hardest part was letting go, not taking part. So, what is hard to let go of or not taking part of? The game? Pullman Electric? It's like Pullman, Powman. Who's walking behind you? Is it really Jesus or a puppet master? They had to clean up Pico, looks like, power wash. What does Pico mean? Somebody who's peeking on the O. Oh, what she's having. fencing here. I'm kind of curious what's going on. So, I'm up here on Market. It's not really an entryway, I guess. It's just, oh right, they've had this for a while. I forgot. There was even like an alleged drowning over in that section. But nobody talked. It was barely in the news. This is so funny. What if you're tested to be perfect? Like you can't show at all that you have a little bit of, anger towards someone, and they kept testing you by saying to see if you got excited, like, guess what? So-and-so has cancer. So-and-so has this. And it's like, okay, and you don't believe them because you're like, I think I'm being tested anyway. But I'm not someone who gets totally excited. But some people would, I guess. Especially if they've been harmed deeply by certain people, then they would get excited, like, yes. So anyway, but say you were tested all the time because maybe, like, say you're actually targeted because someone decided you have anger tendencies, therefore you potentially have the potential to be a terrorist or what have you. And, but you're really just someone like John McEnroe on the tennis court who has a little bit of a temper, or puts on a show. And maybe you don't put on a show, but you have that kind of, but say the feds or whatever are so desperate to find people to target or practice with. And practice with, I mean, what if they could actually cause someone to flip out and look for like 1 minute, look like an actual, danger to society or whatever, but they would cause it. Okay? So someone floated that belief, like, what if your name winds up on a list and then people play this game and they want to see if you'll totally flip out. And then if you flip out, you get in trouble for flipping out and causing a problem in society. Anyway, that came up as like a theory, but it's like there's always a cause. And I think it's interesting, when in America did they stop looking at the cause? When did we stop evaluating the playground at school? Like, the bully causes the quiet person to go ballistic, right? Who gets in trouble? The quiet person who went ballistic for a second gets in trouble for causing a problem. And no one meets out the whole thing of the fact that a bully is really the cause of everyone's problem. That's what it is. That's all I'm supposed to talk about.